Hello, this is Tom from TechStops here, and today I'm going to do a What's in My Dock video. This is my first What's in My Dock video, and I find these videos quite interesting, so I thought I'd do my own. I'll probably try to do one of these at least once a month, because I tend to upload and or download rather a lot of new apps and use them quite regularly. So I'll go through these. Some of these you may have seen before, so I'll cruise by them pretty quickly, and the others I'll go into a bit more detail. So the first one is the Finder app there, and it just basically, it's the app to search the Mac, and it's quite straightforward there, similar to the Explorer on the Windows. The next one is the Dashboard app. Mac users will be aware of that, so just you have all these widgets. I've got the calculator, an MP3 player, a whole bunch of clocks, the date, ESPN news, etc. Don't use that all that often, but it's a good one to have. The next one is iCal. It's the calendar. Pretty straightforward. I hook that up with or sync that with my iPhone. Works quite well, and it works well. Next one is the address book. Again, with the iPhone and iTunes, you can sync that, and it coordinates your address book between the two devices. Then I have my Mail app, which again is an Apple proprietary software. You can use other third-party providers for the Mail application. This would be the equivalent of Outlook on the PC, but I find this one is quite good and it's fairly straightforward, does the job. Next is Safari for the internet surfing. To be honest, Safari I don't use all that often. I don't find it as good as Firefox, which is the next app. Firefox is pretty quick, customizable, and doesn't seem to have as many bugs. Safari, on the other hand, can crash now and then, but it is a good alternative web browsing tool, so I do have that. Firefox, I just mentioned there, it's a web browsing tool available for Windows and Mac. Works really well, constantly updated, and just is an excellent app. The next one is Skype. Many of you will be aware of what Skype is, but basically it allows you to make free video calls to other Skype users. Skype's a free application available from Skype.com. You can also pre-purchase payment or phone cards effectively, which allows you to make landline calls around the world for reduced fares. I personally just use this for video conferencing and video calls, which are free and work great. The next application is VLC. It's a video player, open source video player, which plays a lot of different format videos. So I find it much better, much more useful, quicker, less buggy, and can play a lot more sources than QuickTime, which is the Apple software. iTunes is the next one. Straightforward music player software. iPhoto is Apple's proprietary photo management application system or software. I use that to catalog all my photos for my point and shoot. iPhoto 09, which is the one there, also has a very good face recognition system. So it's got an algorithm in there where it scans the photos. You can tell it who the person is on a number of 5 or 10 photos, and then it will scan the rest of your database and pretty accurately monitor who the person is and put them in a subfolder under their name. The next application is iMovie. This is a photo editing software from Apple. Works really well. This comes on the iPhoto or iLife software package, which iPhoto is a part of. It's very user friendly, and it's quite a powerful tool, especially in the 09 version. The next three are Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, and Word. Office software packages, which I use. I don't use as often. The Microsoft Office package for the Mac differs a little bit from the Windows version. The layout's a little different, and given I use Windows at work, I find it quite irritating and annoying transferring to the Mac version at home, so I don't tend to use it all that much. The next one is an i1Match application, which is effectively the software that marries up to the X-Rite i1 photo calibration system. So I do a lot of editing of photos on my Mac, taken by a DSLR camera, and to ensure that the output print is the same as I see from the monitor to the printer, I effectively calibrate my monitor to the printer, and it's essentially a bit of software which speaks to the little camera which attaches to my monitor, and it calibrates. The next three are Adobe software packages. This one's Adobe Photoshop CS4, which is an advanced photo editing software, and I use that for my editing. The next one is Adobe Bridge, which is part of the CS4 Photoshop software package, and it's effectively a cataloging and a very basic photo editing software. I don't use that as much because I actually use the next program, which is Adobe Lightroom 3, for my cataloging. Lightroom 3 is essentially an improved and higher version of Bridge. It's a standalone software and it has more higher capability and editing capability than Bridge. So essentially I catalog in Lightroom, do the basic editing in Lightroom, and then transfer to Photoshop for the final touches. The next application is Photomatix Pro, which is a software which is a very useful software for HDR, high dynamic range photos. Some of you may be aware of that. It costs around $99 US, and it's a very useful program if you want to do HDR photos. The next application is 1Password. This is a application which stores your passwords. It's a very user-friendly, useful software. It essentially means you have one master password for the 1Password application, and then within that it stores all your passwords, and you can within one click go into any website which has your username and password already preloaded. It's a very safe software. It's not free. You can try it free, but then you have to purchase it, and it has fantastic reviews, and has won many awards in the industry. I'll actually be doing a review on the 1Password application in the next week or so. The next application is ScreenFlow, which is what I'm actually taping this video on. It essentially allows you to capture your screen and also take a external capture or video using, for instance, on the MacBook Pro, the iSight camera, and it allows you to take the video and also edit it. So as you can see where I'm moving the mouse, and you have that the pointer is enlarged and the opacity of the background is darkened. That's all on ScreenFlow, so it's a very user-friendly software. It's fantastic to do any editing and editing work on it. The next program is Toast Titanium. So you can see that here. It's essentially a burning software, allows you to burn data, audio, video, burn videos and copy discs, etc. It's a very useful software and pretty basic, but it does the job. Next one, Time Machine. Time Machine's the backup system for the Apple. So essentially it's set on either a daily or an hourly, mine's set on an hourly backup of the computer, and essentially takes an image of the background or of my computer and backs it up on a background hard drive, external hard drive. My last application is Battery Health Monitor. Battery Health Monitor is a free application. It's a great application. Let me just close these down, make it a little more. There we go. Let me just close this one. So Battery Health Monitor essentially monitors the battery life in your MacBook. So it's not applicable in for instance, the desktops, but for the MacBooks and MacBook Pros, it essentially monitors the life of the battery. So what it says here is the original capacity was obviously 100%. The current capacity, because as you use your battery, the battery life deteriorates, is 96% of the full capacity. Current charge is at 100%, so it's fully charged. Charge cycles, I've had 47 full charge cycles, which means it's the battery's gone to 0 and essentially been completely used up, and I've recharged it, which is roughly 12% of what Apple suggests that its batteries can hold. So it's, I guess, 400 charge cycles is what the MacBook Pro battery can hold. I actually have mine plugged in most of the time, and every month or so I'll let it fully cycle down. So this is quite a useful application to monitor it. It's actually also got these bars on the right hand side which allow you just to quickly have a look at what the charges are of your battery. And that's essentially what's in my dock. I'll be posting, I'll try to post one of these about once a month. I tend to add quite a few applications, and I'm always changing them. So until next time, please subscribe, check out my other videos. I'll continue to post videos every couple of days or so. Until next time, I'll see you soon.